welcome to another Wraggys Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Camera's a bit high. Here we go. Ooh. Today reviewing from Salt Beer Factory and Siren craft brewing, a collab, North-South Divide, Kveik IPA, 7.4%. So it says here, modern brewing in the heart of salt air. All roads lead south for this collaboration with our friends from Siren. Good evening. North-South Divide is a punchy IPA fermented with Kveik yeast, pronounced K-VIKE. Oh, okay. Originating in Norway, Kveik yeast gives undertones of funky pineapple to complement this. We've put together a combination of our favourite hops, Galaxy, Sabro, Idaho 7 and Citra. This results in a juicy IPA packed full of tropical fruit aromas with hints of pine and light bitterness. So, good evening everyone. And I tell you what, I've just been on for nearly an hour trying to get on that bloody Trentbridge website, and every time I clicked on to send me, I didn't know what the password was, clicked on to send me it, wouldn't send it. No password sent out. Shitbags. Good evening, Craig. I got there in the end though, so I had to double check I booked Friday. No cock ups, and I bought one of the commemorative glasses as well, £3.50. So because I wanted the 2021 glass. So usually you get the glass with it, but funnily enough this year you don't. So yeah, I don't know what that's about. Probably a crafty way to say, yeah, we're going to make sure we want you to pay for your glasses. Probably, you never know, do you? So big pineapple aroma then bursting from the can. Kind of dark orangey pour. Turn me light on. Better. It's better, isn't it? That's better. Yeah. Deep orangey pour. Centimetre of head. Nice and hazy. Looks a juice fest of a beer. Yeah, it's unusual for me to get a pour bite, isn't it? Yeah. I'm still working the beer room, sorting the beer room out for beer reviews. So I've actually got it now. So there's nothing here anymore. It's all gone. I've barreled up the apple and mango tonight. That's barreled up out the way. So apple and mango, I hope it tastes nice. That'll be a job for another night when I feel like it. But yeah. Got a bloody strimmer in the car because I'm supposed to be doing someone's garden. And they turn around at the last minute and says, oh, I'm not feeling very well, I don't want you to come tonight. And I'm like, fuck's sakes, put a strimmer in the car. So now I've got to go out in a bit and cover over the strimmer head because the strimmer's the length of my car inside. It's all good fun, isn't it? Yeah, actually heading home again. Good evening, Mr. Bum. I know I want to take it easy going into later this week. Try and drop the beer reviews down to a couple and try and drop the drinking down as well. Ready for Friday and Saturday. Yeah. Yeah, looking forward to Robin Hood Beer Festival. At least the tickets are out now, and be interesting to see when the actual breweries start, the beers get announced. I didn't see much from and I've seen a couple of videos that Harry posted somewhere. I don't know if it was on Instagram, but I have not really seen much on the internet. Although Facebook these days is an absolute joke. YouTube's just as bad with notifications. Right, glasses. I did have another read. Usually you get a glass for free. This year, what they're doing, good evening, Kevin. What they're doing is giving you, they're going to loan you a glass, a glass from a previous year. So, loan you, they might as well just give it you. So, but you can pay. Well, what it is, I think they're saying there's a shortage of glasses. I'm not sure if that's true or not. It's not stopped my workplace getting a load of new glasses. But so yeah, you can buy a glass for £3.50. I did, because I wanted this year's glass, and I wanted the more tulipi type glass, similar to this sort of glass, rather than, you know, the tankard. So I bought one for £3.50. £3.50 is not too bad. But yeah, you will get a glass. You don't have to bring your own glass. You can if you want, obviously. You know, if you come in with your own glass, I'm sure they won't be bothered. I was thinking of getting a customised one made and having, you know, like a Wraggys beer reviews glass made for it. But so, on the nose, pineapple is the dominant. You can smell the tropical, but pineapple's certainly dominant on this. On the taste, absolute juice fest. Say that's 7.4%. Again, it doesn't taste like it. These are dangerous, aren't they? These sort of beers, whether that strong, but don't taste anywhere like it. Oh. Very easy drinking, very. So yeah, should be. There we go. Should be a good laugh. I'm looking forward to it. I am. It's always that time of the year though, where the weather does, doesn't it? And it's funny. I was going to pick Luminous Nights Out, and I had the 71 Brewing one in there, and I thought, should I just do a re-review of this? And then I seen this, and I thought, yeah, well, I've not done this one before. I mean, for me, both Salt Beer Factory and Siren, in the last 2 years especially, when they first came to Morrison's in that beer fest, it might be 2018 now, it might be 3 years now, but when they came in that beer festival with Wild Beer and Northern Monk, it really brought these people to the supermarket, which brings them into the now people. Me myself, I didn't know they existed. So I mean, now obviously you do, because you see a lot of both of these in supermarkets. Some cracking beers as well between them. And will we see them down at? It's going to be an interesting year for the Robin Hood Beer Festival this year. For me, it's to see what breweries they have. I mean, now if you look at breweries all across the UK, there are so many now, so many to choose from. And I know that Nottingham Craft Beer Festival, some of the local breweries, haven't, especially craft breweries, not even been able to get in. Obviously, the big ones are there, like Neon Raptor, Liquid Light, Black Iris, Totally Brewed. And then obviously more traditional breweries like Castle Rock, Magpie. Did I just say Magpie? Navigation are there. Although I class them three as more traditional breweries, but they obviously do craft beers as well. Castle Rock, especially at the moment with some of the stuff they're bringing out. Lincoln Green are more traditional. They do some crafty beers, as it were, but they're not there. No Wraggys Golden Ale there. I was gutted. I was thinking, oh, I've got to be able to drink it on cask at the thing. Was there? Sand. Not the beer reviewer then, no? What's his name? Craft Beer Basic. Big lad. And, all right, meowed on his beer reviews. He's got a right way with his beer reviews. Proper Nottingham. They're doing a collab today with Emperor's Brewery. Neon Raptor are. So that's interesting. And also, there's another Castle Rock Emperor's Brewery beer coming out. Which of the Lincoln Green beers interest you? Out of curiosity, then. Which is the one that ticks the box? Because there's 2 months away. If there's one you want, if one you like, I can always pick some up. So just message me, and I can pick some up. I mean, obviously it's carrying the buggers around at a beer festival, but there's always a way. There's always a way to do everything, especially if you're driving up to Nottingham or coming on a train. You know, I can always get some and put some to one side ready for the beer festival. I mean, there's so much. They do make some good beers. I'm praying that the Wraggy one goes into bottles, but I suppose it's all down to how well it comes across, sells, and that. And there's a cost element to putting a beer into a bottle, especially if you're having to send it away and pay something. There's a few £1,000 worth of costs, because he told me, and I never thought it was that much. Traditional bitter style, okay. If you have a look at their range, and what I'll do, I don't mind, because they always bring new beers out. I don't mind going up and grabbing a few. Afghanistan, mate. Have you seen it? The airport. Fucking hell, the airport where the airplane's taking off, and all the people are running along with the plane. It's like, fucking hell, get yourself killed. 2 people must have hung on and then died. That is desperation in a way that you couldn't believe. I'm hoping that the Taliban, realise that the world is watching, and don't be just killing people and that. But scary times in Afghanistan. And what happens when the British, the American, the German troops are there? What happens? Apparently, what I've just watched a bit of news about it. Yeah, they do Lincoln, they do national delivery, yeah. And if you was to contact them, they're very amicable, shall we say. So if you say to them, look, can I have a mixed box, and can I have this, they may be able to sort it out. He's the bloke who owns the company is top class. But anyway, yeah, they're on about with the Taliban. They've gone into towns to stop the looting, and scary. Well, I'm hoping next weekend when you're up that we are able. I'll contact each of the Lincoln Green pubs, and even if you have to drive to one of them, and just have a pint. It's actually quite a nice beer, when you just want to drink. It's been stressful. And good evening, Darren. It's been a stressful day. Yeah, I'm on fucking code red with anxiety at the moment, and it's a shitbag at the moment. And I've dropped a bollock this afternoon, and I'm scrambling to sort that bollock out. I'm not saying it online, but I've dropped a right royal fucking bollock, and yeah, I've had to contact a couple of different people trying to sort it out, as it were. Hopefully it'll be sorted. Yeah. And then I had the stress of trying to get these bloody tickets from the Trent Bridge website, and in the end I did. But I was signed in. I use a certain email for the internet because it's my spam email, because it all goes into there, and I just fuck them off as they come. So I'm on, and it says log into your account, and I thought, oh, for God's sakes! I thought when I clicked the link, it had done that, and couldn't remember the password. Tried to reset the link, nothing. Every single time, nothing. Set up a new account, then went into the original link, clicked the link, got in, and I managed to get the tickets anyway. But it's a strange old ordering page, that is, for the Robin Hood Beer Festival. Yeah, I had a right job getting the glass, I know. Unless it's just me not used to ordering stuff. Yeah, I've double checked I've got the right dates as well. Yes. These things happen, I suppose, don't they? Cock ups. I'm king of them fuckers, I am. I can cock anything up. So, big bitey pine and pineapple, obviously. Tropical taste. It's a really good beer. I do apologise to both these companies for swearing. It's been a long day. It is what it is. I do swear on beer reviews. But yeah, Afghanistan, oh my God, you just can't believe the desperation in those people running at the side of those planes. I watched it and I was absolutely horrified. And you know, you've got to be scared for your life to be running underneath a plane as it's taking off. I mean, Jesus Christ. Let's hope that the Taliban go in. I mean, they've took the country. Let's hope let people go who are going, do it amicable, then talk to the world, because it's in the end it's the only way forward for the world. You know, they don't want another big war. Should England, the UK have gone in the first place? No, shouldn't have gone in. Let the Middle East deal with their own stuff. We did it in Iraq. Look what happened there. Shouldn't keep going into these countries. I don't understand it. I don't. Our people dying over there. You know, you'll never change these countries. They're not for changing. They'll sort it out in their own way, rightly or wrongly, obviously. But yeah, it's an awful affair. So yeah, they are bringing some back, but I wonder, you know, if I was the Taliban, I would not want to kick off against 3,000 American troops or 600 British troops, because it can escalate very, very quickly. You know, there's a lot of big bombs out there, and you know, oh dear, it can go south very quickly. You don't they allow them just to get their embassy people. And there was a news article on a minute ago, and it was showing you the British embassy. The Taliban are outside. It's boarded up anyway, but they're outside the British embassy, protecting the British embassy. So that is, and you've got British news people going around with the Taliban, and they're telling the British people. And I mean, you can watch it on the news anyway, but it's weird. Oh God, it was unbelievable, wasn't it? Jesus Christ. I don't watch the news, to be honest, because I suffer too much anxiety to watch a lot of that. But that is really upsetting. I mean, apparently 2 people died. The plane went up in the air and they've seen 2 bodies fall. So that desperation, you know, it's you can understand why people want to get out of the place, some of these countries, you know, for their families and that. Although I can never understand why a man comes across and leaves his family. I would always take the whole family with me, you know, and I'd push my wife and children first before I go. But you know, different parts of the world, different equations, I suppose. But anyway, yes, beer festivals. Obviously, craft beer festival this weekend. Very interested to see how it's set up. The Taliban was always going to win, you know. As soon as America left, I mean, the Afghan army just disintegrated, didn't it, to nothing, and the police, you know, they just. Let's hope this shows some leniency. But we'll see there. Yeah, I suppose they do. Yeah, it's a strange. You can't be going into these countries. I've never agreed with going into other countries trying to dictate their countries. Obviously, if they have a war, if they come to you and want a war, then you know you have to deal with that. But to go over there, I mean, obviously, you know, the issues around it. Good evening, Cole. The issues around it, and in the middle of COVID as well. Oh, dear. Not sure I'll ever get there. It seemed to have gone up quite a bit, and then all of a sudden it's stuttered again. I'm going up and down every day. I look and it's going up and down like 1 or 2, going down 1 or 2, and it's like, why would you? I don't subscribe to anybody unless I really want to subscribe to them. It's the rich in natural minerals, is it? See, these countries could be mega rich if they sorted out their, you know, their things. But you can't have us going over there dictating to them, you know. I agree, Craig. You know, all the people lost, all the family lost. Families, armies, people. Ridiculous. And in the space of a few weeks, woof, gone. And obviously the Taliban knew as soon as certain things had gone, they were ready for it. They knew they were going to go and go quickly as well. And that's why the Afghan army just disintegrated so quickly. Awful situation. But cracking beer though. Really enjoyed this. It's still not getting the ABV. Tastes like pop. Tropical, pineapple on the nose. What are you doing?
You right?
Yep. Beer review.
I know it's a beer review. Hello, camera.
Yeah, there's always more to everything than what meets the eye, isn't there?
Mint.
With all of this. Good evening, Jackman. How are you, mate?
Put that right there
Yeah,
so that way they can see it.
Shh.
Don't you shush me.
Kids with attitude, eh?
I'm not an attitude kid. Don't
Come on.
me. Stop.
I'll batter him later. Bloody cheek. Come on with beer reviews. Eh? Sitting there and talking. Terrible. Terrible. That's children for you. Eh? So yeah. Funny old day on the news. Wow. I don't normally bother with the news, but he's funny really though. He's got autism, so he don't care anyway. He don't care what he says. I was in the supermarket one day in Aldi, and this bloke was taking an age at the till. And we were stood there, and it's like, you're there yourself, you think, for God's sake, hurry up. And then my son just turns around to him, why is this man taking so long? And my head went down, and everybody else was just laughing. And even the cashier, you could see she was bursting with laughing to laugh. And it's an autism thing. He's got no filter, so he just doesn't give a shit. And I mean, in some ways, it's the right way, isn't it? Sometimes you just have to tell people how it is, and suffer the consequences possibly. Vocation wave after wave. Not seen that one. No. That's a newbie. I did get 4 newbies from Morrison's yesterday, but I don't know where they are. Must be up the house. Yeah, don't beat around the bush. Come out of it. When I'll do that, I'll just upset people. So, yeah. Sometimes you try and be subtle and it still upsets people. Life, isn't it? It's all good. All good fun. So, right, I think, good evening, David. I think it might have been one sent to them by mistake then. When I was at Sainsbury's, we used to get beers sent in by mistake. And they either used to get sold cheap to staff. Yep, and I was the staff. So, it was always sold cheap. 50 pence for a bottle of Golden Pride. 8.5% for 50 pence. Job's a good one. Well, you're going home for a bit. Bless you. You and your trains. You like trains, don't you? How far is London then to Kent? All I know is it's down south. Blatantly ignorant me. But I forgot where I was going now. I've lost it. No. Yeah. And 1 hour 20 minutes. So not close then. Jesus. Although we went to Lincoln on a train to Eckington Brewery, and it took about an hour and a half, and I could drive the bugger in an hour and a half myself. Yeah, as for beers, you know, you used to get beers and wines that used to show up. It was always funny when you get something that was a Tesco beer showing up in Sainsbury's. It's like, what the hell are you doing here? Or an Asda wine, you know, and obviously it got sold to staff for a very low price, you know, because one, we shouldn't have had it anyway. HS1. That was supposed to be coming to Nottingham at one stage. I think they've gave up on all that. It seems to be the case anyway. Spitfire Gold, it's okay. For me, the Spitfire Gold, the Hobgoblin Gold, I think it was, Wadworth Gold. There was a time when I worked at Sainsbury's when all of a sudden they were all bringing out versions of their, like Spitfire being the main brand, and a gold version of that particular brand. And it's like, bloody hell, you're just weakening your brand. And if you look now, you look at Hobgoblin now, it's Hobgoblin Ruby, Gold, IPA, and whereas it was just Hobgoblin. Oh, right. I'm not seeing it. It looked a good weekend for you, Harry and Peter. Good evening, Hugh. How are you, matey? Trooper IPA. Yeah, I've had that. I didn't really rate it either, to be fair. There's some good traditional beers out there, and then there's some not so good. And you know, there's quite a few of it. A 2-day hangover. Ouch. And you're still quite young. Flipping heck. I'm at that stage at the moment where I don't know whether I'm suffering a hangover. I'm not a legend. I don't know if I'm suffering from a hangover or absolute severe anxiety at the moment. They're very similar symptoms. Well, for me, they are. So I wake up in the morning and I get what you get when you're pissed up. You know, when you're pissed up, when you're pissed up the next morning, or you feel drunk the next morning, and I do wonder sometimes. Yeah. Oh, I've got more than just alcohol causing it, but yeah, it's all good fun, you know. Good morning, Sam. How are you? At least you're not living in Afghanistan at the moment, eh? Any of us? Bloody hell. Just tastes good, doesn't it? It's like getting home after a day at work and you're gasping for a drink. You're thinking, fuck it, let's get it down, mate. Good evening. London Craft Beer Festival ruined you. I know. I've got a big boozy weekend coming up. Yeah, mate, I did. Awful. Absolutely awful. And to be in that situation where you're that desperate. That's it's blasted me in the face, the sun is. Who would go on a holiday to Afghan? I mean, really? I mean, bloody hell. There's certain places in the world. Well, we're not going on holiday anywhere at the moment because of obviously with COVID and all the restrictions, and you know, why would you go on holiday there? You would. I always wonder that, Benjamin. I would get my kids and my wife out there first. I wouldn't be there was no women at the airport, was there? It was all blokes. It just goes to show you, you know. Oh, bless. That'd be nice for her. So you can do what you like then, eh? Boozing. Sleep at the bar. Fair play there. I've done that before. Yeah, I find it strange that it's the blokes that, you know, if my family was at risk of anything, my family would be the first ones moved. I'd be the one staying behind to protect, you know, if need be. I certainly wouldn't be running off on my own and leaving my family behind. It's a strange old world, that is. The world, though, there is some fantastic history around the world. It's just a shame certain countries have such, you know, there's such issues in certain countries. Yeah, truly awful for them. So I don't think so. I don't see that when I look in the mirror. Yeah, this religion's a strange thing, isn't it? I mean, we all do what we are, we all are what we are. Am I going to make any more own brew? Not at the moment, no, because I'm well stacked. Looks like phlegm. I thought you might not like it. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Hugh, you'd love my you'd love Wraggys Golden Ale. It's a proper down your street type of beer. Yeah. 3.8%. You would session on that bugger. I don't think any of the Afghan army fought. They just dropped the things and ran, didn't they? You fucking would. It's lovely. I was last night. Oh, dear. Yeah, that other sort of golden ale. Let's hope it comes into bloody bottles. I'm really hoping it does. So, hazy, orangey looking pour. Centimetre of head at the start. Big pineapple on the nose. This is a Kveik IPA. Siren and Salt Beer Factory, two amazing breweries delivering some good craft beer, to be fair. Pine, there's a good bite to it. Really interesting beer. And my dinner's ready, so I've got to shoot. But it was nice to see everyone. You definitely get the pineapple. You definitely get pine, but you also, you know, very tropical tasting beer. That does not taste like a 7% beer though. If someone said to me that's 3.8%, I'd say yeah, tastes like it. Tastes like pop. Gravy, mashed tater, and steak and ale pie. So lovely. Something normal tonight. We had a lovely steak yesterday, so steak and ale pie tonight. Yeah. Oops, can't get it out of the cap. Yeah. Keeps hitting the bloody thing. That must be the light there. So yeah, would I drink this again? Yeah, it's a nice enough beer. 7.4%. You're getting no ABV off this. You know, I can't feel it at all. And I could drink some ABV tonight. I like steak. I could eat steak every day. I really could. Out of 5, yeah, a true juice fest of a beer. Very deceptive on the ABV. Don't be getting 3 or 4 of these because you won't be walking after about 4. The first one you think juice. I'll drink that. Woof. Another one. Woof. 4 in, it's like shit. I'm steaming. Out of 5, a good 4.3 for me. But yeah, not a bad beer really. Right, gotta run. Go and get me dinner. Thank you everyone for joining in, and I hope you all have a great night. And see you soon. Cheers. See you later, mate.